My name is Matthew Lesanjo, digital taxi representative Nakuru. I'm really happy about the calling off of this ADANI shenanigans, because if I was asked, there's a lot of a lot of things were not making sense. Why was it rushed? Why was it rushed? And secondly, barely 6 days ago, Davis Chirchir was actually on live TV akisema that ADANI had followed all the due processes and they had not been prosecuted of any misdeeds, which actually has come to be untrue. Well, it is said, actually today I was somewhere with someone and they actually said that our ancestors are overworking, because barely 5 hours to the State of the Nation address, these truths came out. Now, President Ruto has actually called off the deal with ADANI in the transport and the energy sector. What we actually need ADANI to get out of is the health sector, because tunajua that inasemekana it is part of this SHA deal, you know, and the truth is SHA is not working compared to what was there initially. I am a beneficiary of the NHIF. Personally, I've taken my mother for treatment outside the country 3 times, fully paid for by NHIF. Now, the same deal right now is non-existent to this new SHA deal, you know, and the truth is people are suffering on a daily. If you actually took time to listen to the very sad stories of people who have been disappointed by this SHA thing, I know they are doing you know, they're doing videos trying to convince people that it's working. It is not. The reality is that it's a sham, it's a scam, and you know, if anything, I don't believe NHIF had any misdeeds. And if there was a problem with the NHIF, what was supposed to be done was to improve on what NHIF was unable to achieve. That is what people ought to have. People ought to have gotten better services, you know. So if NHIF had a problem, the thing was it was the government's initiative to find out where NHIF was failing and work on that. Yes. Well, secondly, there's the issue of abductions. Now, we are actually, I heard earlier on the president saying that you know, we have achieved a lot since he took. Actually, right now Kenya is at a worse state than what it was, because you know, in actual sense, hata tumechoma in the international community. Tell me why a politician like Kizza Besigye can be taken, you know, can be abducted and handed over to. This is someone who had actually come in to seek asylum. If we can take someone who has run to you, ni kama vile mtoto anakimbilia mzazi for protection, and then huyu mzazi anampatiana to that person who is getting the danger. It is very wrong, you know. Right now, and these are cases that have been reported all along. I heard the president yesterday akipatiana pesa ati ya kudeal na femicide. In actual sense, if there was enough security, these things would not be happening. Okay? So hii pesa yenye inasemekana, every other time the narrative is hakuna pesa Kenya, yet money is being taken every other time. You know, I'm glad that the church the other day ilikuja kuambia that you know, we are not going to be part of that. Hiyo ni hata wacha tuseme vile iko ni kuosha pesa, because we know the salary of the president, we know the salary of a deputy president. Unatoaje zaidi ya pesa ambazo una earn, and then it's on a daily. That is practically unrealistic. Yeah. Well, to Davis Chirchir, the energy minister, you lied to Kenyans that you had done due diligence when it comes to ADANI. What else have you lied to Kenyans about? It is wrong, you know. actually with proper management, we are able to sustain ourselves, we are able to give ourselves the very best. You know, it is your own deal. Hapa there's no level of sanitizing can redeem you from this. Hii nile tunasema haina comeback.
Yeah. I am Anne Wangobe. I'm the Principal Secretary, State Department for Gender and Affirmative Action. We are here today to start a campaign ahead of the 16 days of activism or campaign against gender-based violence. And we will be launching the 16 days in Makueni on 25th. It's good to mention that this day is observed globally every year on 25th of November, and it goes up to 10th of December. You'll be having activities throughout this period, and the reason as to why we have these activities is just to create awareness that GBV is still there. So we want people first and foremost to realize that we have gender-based violence, to make people aware that we have channels that can be used to report gender-based violence, to encourage the victims to come out and report gender-based violence, and to also encourage people to observe those behaviors that eventually lead to gender-based violence. We are also talking to everybody, right from the religious leaders. We are talking to the media. Thank God you are here. We are talking to the civil society organizations. Everybody, you come on board so that we can deal with these issues of GBV, because they drag our country down. There is so much money that is spent on medical attention related to GBV cases. This is money that we can save as a nation. It is shocking to learn that every month a total of 4,000 cases go to hospitals. There are others who do not go to hospitals, meaning that we have lots of GBV cases. In the recent past, we have lost so many lives to femicide. We want to say no to femicide. We want to say that our girls, our women have a right to live. Even our men, they also have a right to live. And I'm calling upon men as our allies. Please help us in this fight against gender-based violence. So that is why we are here. We want to create awareness. We want to tell people that from 25th, we will be launching the 16 days of campaign against gender-based violence. And that is why we have this caravan. Whenever you are in any form of trouble, there we have a helpline as a State Department working closely with HAC. 1195, call that number. It is a helpline, it is a toll-free, and it is always easy to get through. You'll always get assistance. So please call 1195. So together we will walk this journey, and we are determined to end gender-based violence. We are lucky we have our president, who happens to be our #1 champion, and yesterday he addressed this matter of gender-based violence. So the government is really determined to end gender-based violence, but we must all work together in this very noble cause.
Maybe if I may ask, why did you choose Makueni County, and what are the strategic plans ahead of that day?
The reason as to why we chose Makueni, first and foremost, we have been moving to various counties annually, but this time round we chose Makueni, and this is because we've been having SGBV cases in Makueni. Maybe to give a snapshot of the statistics that we have in Makueni, from September last year to this year August, we had a total of 643 reported, mark my words, reported cases of SGBV. It is disheartening to note that 53 out of the 643 are between ages 0 to 9. What are we saying here? We have what we call moral decay. Things are just not right. So for that reason, we decided we have to go to Makueni so that we can launch the 16 days from there. However, we intend to have activities all over the country.
So what is your message to Kenyans at the moment?
My message to Kenyans today is that the government of Kenya, under the leadership of His Excellency the President Dr. William Ruto, is determined to curb this menace, is determined to bring to an end this gender-based violence. We are working hand in hand with the security agencies. We are working closely with the religious leaders and all other stakeholders to ensure that we bring gender-based violence to an end. If we continue with gender-based violence, it will hamper development in our country, and we do not want that. Every life matters. Girls' lives matter. So that is the message that we have for Kenyans. Our men, let us take care of our girls. Fathers, please ensure that you have some time with your sons. Counsel them, talk to them, so that they can learn how to appreciate and to respect life. We must live in a safe society. We must live in a safe environment.